a legitimate issue, and I'm very happy to look at that further. The House now comes to questions for oral answer, and the first question stands the name of Jonathan Young.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Finance. And I ask, what recent reports has he received on the economy?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, the Statistics New Zealand this morning released the GDP data for June, the quarter ended June 2012, showed the New Zealand economy grew 0.6% in the 3 months to 30th of June. This took growth to 1.6% for the first 6 months of the year. It brought annual growth to 2.6% compared to June 2011. This indicates the economy is picking up some momentum because it is the highest rate of annual growth since 2007. So we're making progress on track to moderate growth of 2 to 3% per year.
Jonathan Young.
To the Minister, what were the main components of GDP growth in June?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, it's we do have to be careful to read too much into components of growth for just 3 months, because from one quarter to another they can change significantly. So agriculture was a significant contributor, up 4.7%, reflecting the end of a good growing season. Construction was up, indicating that the Canterbury rebuild is now picking up momentum. Manufacturing was up 0.8%. Investment in fixed asset was up to 3.1% due to increases in plant, machinery, equipment, construction of infrastructure such as roads and residential buildings.
Jonathan Young.
How do the latest New Zealand growth figures compare with growth in other developed countries?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, we continue to the New Zealand economy continues to perform along with the better performing developed countries, despite uncertainties in Europe and the US. In the first half of 2012, New Zealand grew by 1.6%, which was higher than the US, Japan, Canada, the UK and the Euro area, and our quarterly growth is now in line with that of Australia. The fact that we are in a somewhat better position than a number of developed economies is one reason why our exchange rate remains relatively high.
The Honourable David Parker.
As the Minister read the report from Bernard Doyle of JB Ware, that by doing nothing about our overvalued exchange rate, we are, quotes, importing other countries' problems.
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, I have and I disagree that the government is doing nothing. We are focused strongly on competitiveness of our businesses. It is difficult if not impossible to manage our exchange rate to a significantly lower level. And so we are focusing on helping our exporters to be profitable regardless of what the exchange rate is.
Jonathan Young.
Given the government's focus on creating a more productive and competitive economy, how will its economic program build on the moderate growth confirmed by the latest GDP figures?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, we will continue to focus on those factors that will protect us from the worst aspects of something going wrong in the global economy. So we'll continue to focus on the financial stability of our banks and on getting the government's finances back in order. We will also press on with the wide-ranging economic program focused on long-term competitiveness of New Zealand, because that's what will help households get their debt down and export businesses generate the jobs and incomes that we'd all like to see.
Question number 2, Grant Robertson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Police. Does she have confidence in the New Zealand Police?